sound of a brief, serious musical sting that fades out.
This is a DGHradio.com news and information network Hurricane Melissa 5 p.m. update based on the National Hurricane Center advisory.
All right, let's get right to it. We are tracking Hurricane Melissa, and folks, the news is not good. This storm has exploded in intensity. It is now a catastrophic Category 5 hurricane. We're talking maximum sustained winds of a staggering 175 miles per hour. That is just an incredible amount of power.
And there's just no other way to put it. This is a catastrophe in motion. An extremely, extremely dangerous storm. We're expecting catastrophic, life-threatening impacts for several Caribbean nations. We're talking Jamaica, Cuba, and the Bahamas are all in the crosshairs. Okay, let's really dive into this. What makes this Category 5 storm so incredibly dangerous? Let's break down its current status. So here are the latest vitals from the 5 p.m. advisory. Melissa is about 140 miles southwest of Kingston, Jamaica. But look at this movement, just 3 miles per hour to the northwest. That is a crawl, and that, right there, is a massive problem. A slow-moving hurricane like this just sits and spins over an area, dumping relentless rain and battering it with wind for hours or even days. The threat of catastrophic flooding just goes through the roof. In this number tells you everything you need to know about the storm's raw power. The pressure has dropped to 906 millibars. Now, what does that mean? Well, think of it this way. The lower the pressure, the stronger the storm. It's like a giant engine for the atmosphere. A pressure this low means this storm is incredibly well organized and has an immense capacity for destruction. It's a sign of a truly violent system. So that's what we're dealing with right now. But the billion-dollar question, of course, is where is this monster going? Let's take a look at the official forecasted storm track. Okay, this table lays out the timeline pretty clearly. Right now, it's a Cat 5 at 175 miles per hour. Within 24 hours, it's forecast to be inland over Jamaica, still a major hurricane at 145. Then it moves on towards Cuba. Now, you might see the wind speeds drop a little bit as it interacts with land, but please do not let that fool you. This storm is expected to hit both Jamaica and Cuba as an incredibly dangerous major hurricane. The threat is not going away. So why is it heading north? Well, basically, the steering currents in the atmosphere are changing. Think of them like highways in the sky. The old highway is closing, and a new one is opening up, pulling Melissa northward. The main takeaway for you is this. The intensity might go up or down a little, but make no mistake, this storm is on a collision course with Jamaica and Cuba, and it will be a powerful, life-altering major hurricane when it arrives. All right, let's focus on the most immediate danger. As we just saw, Jamaica is first in line. And for everyone there, this isn't a future problem. The catastrophic impacts are imminent. They're beginning to unfold right now. And look, we have to be clear, this isn't just about strong winds. For Jamaica, this is a multi-pronged, life-threatening event. You've got the destructive winds, sure, but also catastrophic flash flooding, widespread landslides from all the rain, and a deadly storm surge pushing in from the ocean. And you can bet that power and communications will be out for a very, very long time. Let's talk about the rain for a second, because this number is just mind-boggling. 40 inches. Some areas, especially in the mountains, could see up to 40 inches of rain. That's not just rain. That's a biblical amount of water. It's guaranteed to cause catastrophic, life-altering flash floods and landslides. There's just nowhere for that much water to go. And then there's the storm surge. Along the southern coast, we're expecting a surge of up to 13 feet. That's not just a high tide. That's a wall of ocean water 13 feet high being pushed inland. It's unstoppable, and it will cause absolute devastation for anyone and anything in its path. You know, the National Hurricane Center is not known for hyperbole. When they issue a message this direct, you have to listen. For everyone in Jamaica, their warning could not be more clear or more urgent. Remain in your safe shelter and do not venture outside. It's that simple. The danger is that extreme. Okay, so after Melissa passes Jamaica, its journey is far from over. The storm is going to continue tracking north, right towards Cuba. And at the same time, we can't forget about Hispaniola. That's Haiti and the Dominican Republic. They are going to get slammed by the outer bands. A hurricane warning is now up for parts of eastern Cuba. And let's be crystal clear about what a warning means. It's not a watch. It doesn't mean maybe. It means hurricane conditions are expected. It's happening. The window for preparation is closing fast, and anything you need to do to protect your life and your property has to be finished like right now. And for those folks in eastern Cuba, starting late Tuesday, you're looking at that same dangerous triple threat, a life-threatening storm surge of 7 to 11 feet, absolutely torrential rain, maybe up to 25 inches, which will cause terrible flooding and landslides. And of course, on top of all that, you've got the destructive winds of a major hurricane. Now, this is so important to understand. You do not have to be in the eye wall to experience devastating impacts. Just look at Hispaniola. The storm's center will pass to the west, but its outer bands are loaded with tropical moisture. We're talking 6 to 12 inches of rain, which is more than enough to trigger catastrophic flash floods and landslides, especially in Haiti, which is incredibly vulnerable to this kind of thing. And this storm's path of destruction doesn't stop at Cuba. Let's look even further down the road. After it crosses Cuba, Melissa is forecast to keep heading north, taking aim squarely at the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos. And yes, it will still be a very formidable hurricane.
So, hurricane warnings are up for the southeastern and central Bahamas. You should expect hurricane conditions there by Wednesday. The Turks and Caicos will see tropical storm conditions, but both areas are facing a dangerous storm surge of 4 to 6 feet, plus all that heavy flooding rain. If you're in these areas, you need to have all your preparations done by Tuesday night. The clock is ticking.
And there's that phrase again from the National Hurricane Center: preparation should be rushed to completion. That's not just a suggestion, it's a dire warning. And it applies to every single person in the path of this monster storm, all the way from Cuba up through the Bahamas. Time is absolutely running out.
So, we're going to end this update with the only question that really matters right now if you are anywhere in the path of Hurricane Melissa. Are you in a safe place? Please listen to your local officials. Follow their instructions to the letter. Do not, under any circumstances, underestimate this storm. The choices you make in the next few hours could absolutely be a matter of life and death. Please stay safe.